Hi, I'm Elena Maietta. I teach choir and piano at Albuquerque High School. I am from Albuquerque originally, and I wanted to share with you some of my history and background and maybe a little bit of a song today. So, I grew up in Albuquerque. I remember when I was really little, my grandmother would sing songs with me, and we would listen to cassette tapes, if you know what cassette tapes are, and we would sing along, things like Patsy Cline and This Land Is Your Land, but also like little rancheritos from her childhood. And so I remember music being important to me when I was really, really little. And then when I was 6 years old, this pianist came to my school, Wallace Elementary. His name was Awadajin Pratt, and he let us ask him questions after he performed for our school. So I asked him how to be as good as him one day, and he said, "You have to play every day. You have to find a piano teacher, and you have to play the piano." So I begged for piano lessons incessantly for years, and eventually I did start taking piano lessons, and I pretty quickly felt like I wasn't good enough, I wasn't gonna be good enough, and within a year of starting, I actually quit. I decided that it wasn't going to be something that I could do. So it was a couple years later, I was maybe 11, and a man at the church that I went to asked if I would be willing to play the piano for the church choir. I told him I had only taken lessons for like a year, that I didn't even really know how to read the bass clef, and he said, "That's okay, you'll figure it out." I remember it was Christmas Eve when I was 11 years old. I started playing for my church's choir. And at first, all I could play, I bet you know this song, was like one finger at a time on the piano. And I remember feeling very silly for playing one note at a time along with the church choir. But we sang the same song the next day, and the next day I was really brave and I played two notes at a time. And that felt pretty good. I made some mistakes, but then the next week we had a whole new set of songs. And so very quickly I had to learn to read the notes well, to follow them on my keyboard. And I remember by the next Christmas Eve, it was like I had upped my game and I could play with two hands. And I started feeling really good about myself. And then a woman in the choir came up to me and she said, "That's pretty good, Mija, but can you sing at the same time?" And it lit something up in me to realize that one could sing and play at the same time, that if I could get from one note and one finger at a time to, that I can probably get to Noche de Paz. And ever since then, I really wanted to be able to play and sing at the same time. And in fact, it's this skill and this drive for being able to have that level of coordination that I think has made me very successful, has allowed me to have jobs in music, to have 2 degrees in music performance. And so I want you to know that whatever your goal is, you can get there.